Happy Thursday, sweet sister. I want you to imagine your life. Close your eyes, imagine your life without the fear of failure. Imagine your life without feeling like you're not good enough. Imagine your life without controlling your food and controlling your weight. I want you to imagine your life free from the toxic nature of an eating disorder and disordered eating behaviors. What would that look like for you? In today's episode, I'm giving you the raw, real truth of the fear of failure. And I'm also going to talk to you about how this can actually keep us stuck, yet it could be that you're not even truly scared of failing. What if you're actually fearful of succeeding? This one was a big one for me in my recovery, and that's why I wanted to break it down in this episode of the show. So here we go.
Hey girl, welcome to the Her Best Self podcast. I'm Lindsay Nickel, former competitive figure skater and perfectionist, turned God-led imperfect boy mom and digital CEO. If you find yourself constantly thinking about food and wondering if you'll wake up one day free from the obsessive thoughts and behaviors controlling your life, then I've created this podcast for you because I know exactly what it's like to be a downright hot mess trapped in a destructive cycle of disordered eating. I finally found freedom, and you can too, girlfriend. So if you're ready to heal your relationship with food and body and break the chains of control and show up in your best health, then grab your favorite ThursYAY journal and let's get to it so you can start living your best life as your best self.
If you're like me and most of the women that I coach, you're highly successful in your life, you're externally focused, you're always wanting to bring your A game to life. Maybe you're a doctor, a professor, a corporate queen, a slayer of all the goals, or maybe you just run a really tight ship with really high standards and rigid routines at home. You always expect that. You expect that of yourself, and sometimes you expect those high standards on everything and everyone that you touch. This often leads to your own disappointment in yourself and others, and even your high set expectations. But the truth is that this has given you safety and purpose and meaning, and even, sweet friend, identity. If you pull back the curtain, you're actually exhausted. You're actually tired of the rigid routines. You want to be nourished, but you're fearful. You're scared. You're scared to gain weight. You're scared to feel guilt, and you feel guilt for even thinking this way. Your mind, your thoughts, they actually terrify you. But sis, you're not alone. You're not alone. This was me. I crushed every skating goal. Second was never good enough. I always had to try to achieve the gold medal. I crushed every professional goal. A++++, master's degree, all the things, and checked all of life's boxes. Like find the right guy, get married, have the kids. And I truly believed for a very long time that I was trapped in an eating disorder because I was terrified of failing. I wanted to do recovery perfectly. In fact, I've talked about this on the show, and I have done so frequently and in detail, so you'll want to go back to listen to prior episodes. But I was scared. I knew everything I set my mind to, I was able to accomplish. But this one thing, recovery from an eating disorder, it felt different. It meant going against the obsessions, the behaviors, the beliefs, and I felt as though people were watching. They were watching how I was doing, even in my recovery, just like they were watching me on the ice. Is she going to land the jump, or is she going to end up on her butt? Is she going to gain the weight, or is she always going to be a statistic? Is she opting for the role, or is she sitting there pushing around food on her plate? I thought I was afraid of failing, but really what kept me in quasi-recovery with one foot in and one foot out was that I realized after tons of journaling and reflecting, it really wasn't failure I was truly terrified of. Here is my aha in a nutshell, and I hope that this episode today brings an aha for you. It wasn't that I was terrified of failing. I had failed in my life, and I knew in my heart that whatever I set my mind to, I accomplished. In fact, in every single area of my life, I always viewed failing as an opportunity. to get better and work harder and get stronger and do it even better. You see, I knew that if I set my mind on a goal, I would accomplish it. This was the exact same willpower that became my eating disorder superpower. I was actually afraid of success. I was scared. I was scared of becoming free. You see, saying and believing I was afraid of failure, it actually allowed me to play small. If I went all in, then I had to actually go all in. Inaction brings more doubt and more fear than anything else. But action creates more courage and more confidence. Being fearful of succeeding? Well, what did that even mean about me? You see, being fearful of failure, it kept me safe. If you find yourself here, if you find yourself scared to fail, always procrastinating, waiting for tomorrow to do something about what you know you want to accomplish today, i.e. freedom, then maybe you're scared, just like I was, of succeeding. Being afraid of failure, it actually keeps you from achieving goals because you do nothing. You do nothing to conquer them, and then you're mad at yourself for doing nothing. But having a fear of success, it keeps you from long-term freedom. It threatens your dream. What may frighten you the most isn't what you will have to do in order to accomplish recovery, but actually who you will need to become and what you must let go of in the process of becoming her. Is this you, sis? Are you terrified of what you're going to have to let go of? Your current normal in the process of finding your very best self? If this is you, I'm speaking straight to your heart. So how do you overcome and press forward regardless? Well, you spend time reflecting on this concept. Am I truly terrified of failure? What are my biggest fears? What do they point back to? Or am I more terrified of succeeding and what that will mean for me and what that will mean that I will need to change in my life? Some questions that you can ponder on this. What would a successful recovery look like for you? What do you want to achieve from your recovery? What do you need to lay down in order to do just that? Most people spend their entire life arguing over their limitations and why something won't work out for them. You're not most people. You're not most people because you're listening to this show. You want better and you know you deserve it. So don't be most people. Go create a life that actually works for your life. How do you do this? I want you to start small. Start so small with one step and then the next step. Commit and proceed from a place of pure intent. Do you need to write a letter to yourself? Do you need to say, today is the day I'm committing to me and putting my best self forward? No longer playing small, no longer doing this in action, terrified of failing when I actually am probably more terrified of succeeding. Because what would that mean about me? I want you to be aware of your pitfalls and your high, unruly expectations as you go through this process. When you fail, don't wear it. Don't put it on you as if you're a failure. Talk to yourself and coach yourself through it. What is this teaching me right now? The future is uncertain, but your success is certain. I want you to write that down, post it up everywhere. The future is certain, but my success is certain. And then fall in love. Fall in love with recovering. Fall in love with the journey. Fall in love with the new you. Fall in love with creating something. We were put on this planet to create. In fact, our Creator created us. We were meant to create, to do. Are you doing? Or are you sitting back waiting for life to happen to you? And then start really getting present with where you are right now. What if I do recover? What if I impact lives outside of my own? What if I'm actually creating my dream? Sis, the truth to how you become fearlessly successful in recovery is you decide that you're going to be fearlessly successful in recovery by failing some days and stepping forward anyways. I hope that this short message and this episode this week has given you some inspiration. And I hope that you think about this concept. Am I actually scared of failing? Or am I more terrified of doing the dang thing and succeeding? I want to hear from you. I hope this message has brought so much love to your heart. Come on out to our private Facebook community, herbestselfsociety.com. You can find us there. And friend, if you are loving this show, if you're binging this podcast, I hear so many amazing things from all of you saying, hey, Lindsay, loved your show, listened to your show. I have so many questions. I'd love to partner with you, but maybe you just don't know how to do that. I want you to go on out to herbestself.co, and there's a client application out there that you can fill out if you're interested in coaching and what that looks like. And I can partner with you, like I do with so many of my clients, to help you navigate your recovery journey. The fear of failure is real, but the fear of success, well, that's going to threaten your dream. Stop playing small. You got this. And I got you. Okay, I'll see you real soon. Bye for now, girl.
Oh, friend, thank you so much for letting me share what was on my heart today. My hope for this podcast is to help more women find freedom from food and body. If this has empowered or blessed you, let me know. I'd be honored for your rating and review of my show, and I'd love to connect with you in my private Facebook community. You really can move from perfection to purpose. Let's break the chains together. I'll help navigate the way. Until next time, bye for now, girl.